This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. So if there is any abnormal events happens to the test case, how you are going to recover from this? That is something like a recovery scenario. Okay. So for handling that one, for recovery scenario will execute only in the test execution phase. It will not execute in the test case section. It will not execute. So these things we have seen. Okay. So this is the thing. It will not work with the test case section. We are going to prepare recovery scenarios in the test case section, but you can able to use in the execution section only. So these things we have seen here. So in the previous class only, we have discussed this. We are going to open a browser and enter the URL. Okay. Now I'm going to log in. We are going to enter some email ID and password. Login button is not working. Anything. We are going to use some recovery scenario for this. Okay. What we can do it means here. I will add the recovery scenarios. I'm going to open the browser and click on URL. Okay. I'm going to open the browser. I'm going to enter URL. After entering the URL, you can get one login button, guys. You will get one login button. For this login button, I'm going to use the recovery scenario. So what I'm going to do it here means, if this login button code is not working, login button, problem with the script, or the login button is disabled, what we need to do? Or there is a problem with the script, here. So what we need to do? So we can able to use this, some recovery scenario. We'll try it once, guys. So first what I am going to do it means, so I'll go to the test cases. I am going to create one recovery scenario. See here how I am going to create the recovery scenarios. First, before going to the recovery scenarios, go to the project. See here, go to the project. In the project, go to the settings. Project, go to the settings. So settings tab is going to open. Here you need to select T box. In the T box, you need to select recovery here. Recovery. So now see here. Here you have some options here, guys. We have some options here. Okay. We'll see what are the options. First one, on dialog failure or on exception failure, on verification failure. Dialog means maybe window failure will be there. Some window is not loaded. There is a dialog box will be there. So the page is not the dialog box. Box means if it is some error message. Dialog box means some error message is there. It is a failure. What you need to do? I need to recover. So we have some options here, guys. See the options here. We have an option continue. If it is a fail, also try to continue. Second one, execute the next test case, or you need to stop the execution or recover. These are the options what you are having this. So on dialog failure means if you are entering, maybe if you are entering some username and password or something, it is getting some error box saying this. So incorrect password or something. At the time, what we need to do it. So whether we need to continue with the next test case or we need to stop the execution or recover. I am going to keep as recover. Okay. Next one here, we have something like exception failure. So recover I have selected. We have something like exception failure. Exception means maybe I am going to click on login. The page is not loading. It's continuous. It's like it is going to do some exception. If the page is not loading or something, some exceptions has been happened. Okay, exception failure kind of things. So it is going to load this, but it is not loading. So I want to recover. Just I will select the options. That's all. On verification failure, maybe like see here, verification. You are going to check whether the button is enabled or disabled. I'll keep something like verification. I'm going to use the verify property there. Okay. So I'm going to check it whether the button is disabled or enabled kind of things. I'm going to check it this. Okay. Now I'm going to select this. Everything I'm selecting as recover. Okay. Then I have three other steps here, guys. First one is if it is a test case, if the test case is going to fail, how many times you want to retry? Only one time. If the test case is going to fail, you need to retry one time. If the test step fails, test step, in a test case we have the test steps. If one test step fail or something, try to retry 2 times. If the value is going to fail, the test value, if you are going to enter some value, it's not entering the value or something, try for 3 times. So you can change this values case. See here, there is 1. I can give 5 also. Anything I can keep it. Okay, values you can change. But normally these are the default values. So if the test case is going to fail, only one time it is going to retry. If the test step is going to fail, Tosca will retry for 2 times. If the test value is going to fail, the value which it is expecting, it is going to try for 3 times. So this is the thing, guys. This is the basic thing for the recovery scenario. I am going to close this. Okay. Now I need to create a recovery scenario. First, I am going to right click on the folder. This folder I am going to right click. First, I am going to right click on the folder. Okay. I am going to create a separate folder. Okay. I'll keep something like recovery scenario. Recovery. I'll give recovery 1. Just I am going to give the name recovery 1. Okay. Now, in this recovery 1, again I am going to right click on this. Right click on this. Okay. See here, guys. I am going to create a test case here. Some login test case or something I am going to create. Login test case. So you know this login test case. What I am going to do, it means I will copy some test case. I will copy a login test case. I will delete this. I will copy a login test case. So I have a test cases here, basic test cases. So I have a login. I am going to copy a login test case. I am going to paste login test case here. So if I am going to open this, so you have the open URL, everything will be there. And I am going to check for the configuration also once. Browser, Chrome, everything is there. So you don't have any issues. Okay. Now I need to create a recovery scenario. Okay. So if you want to create a recovery scenario, okay, again you need to right click on the test case folder. I am going to right click on this. Okay. Now see here. Here, create a recovery scenario here. See, collection. You have something called create recovery scenario collection. Click on this. I am going to click on this. So you can able to see like this folder is. So I have a test case just on this, on the folder. I am going to right click. I'll go here. Okay, on this folder. I'm going to right click. So it is not showing. I'm going to delete again. You can able to see it. Please. I'm deleting this. Just on the folder, I'm going to right click here. I need to go here. I need to create a recovery scenario collection. Okay. So once I'm going to do the recovery scenario collection here. Okay. Now inside that I need to create a recovery scenario. I'm going to right click on this case. So there's a plus mark here. It's a first aid kind of thing. If there is any issue, what the application need to do. If any issue with the application, okay, what Tosca need to do. That's the recovery scenario. It is going to recover from abnormal events. I'm going to click on this. So it is going to create a recovery scenario. Okay. So I'm going to give recovery scenario name itself. No issues. Okay. If you want, I can increase the size base. Just give me some time. Just like I can do that. It should be the recommended settings, but if you want, you can see this. Okay, now you can see it, guys. See here what I have done it. First, I have created one recovery folder. In this, I have created a recovery scenarios folder, recovery scenarios. Then I have created a recovery scenario. So these things I have done it till now. Okay. Now I am going to try to execute a login test case once case. I will check it whether it is executing or not. Just I am trying to execute a login test case. I am going to check it whether it is working or not. Whether it is working or not, I am going to check it, guys. Okay. Now see here. I am going to close this. Just see here, guys. Till now I did not do anything for the recovery scenario. Just I have created a recovery scenario folder. In this, I have created a recovery scenarios folder. Then I have created a recovery scenario here. But I did not add any test steps to the recovery scenario. See here, I will write it here. So first, I have created a folder. I have created a folder. Second step, I have created. Okay. After this, see, and I am going to give the right click on the folder. See here, I am going to give the right click on the folder. So I have created something called recovery scenarios folder. After this, I have created recovery scenarios folder. Scenarios folder I have created. Okay. In this folder, I am going to create a recovery scenario. So you can create multiple recovery scenarios in this. I am going to create a recovery scenario. I am going to give name for this. In this, I need to add the test steps. Add test steps. I need to add some test steps. Okay. I need to add some test steps which we need to recover. Need to recover at the time of execution. Time of execution. So these things I need to do it. Okay. Before that, I am trying to execute this test case one time, guys. We'll see whether it will execute or not. I'll try to execute one time. We'll see once. So it is going to enter the email and password. So till now it not click on login. Just we are waiting this. Okay. Now it is going to processing. Just we need to check it, guys. What exactly happens? I'll check it once. Could not find the logout property. Just a moment, yes. It does not log in here. I'll check it once. The application did not click on login. Yes, it did not click on login. Maybe in the script we need to check it once. What exactly we have done it in the test cases. I will try to execute once again, guys. It's a basic test case. I'm not sure why it is not executed. We'll check it once. Guys, maybe it is in the change in the properties here. Why means we have changed the screen size, everything we have changed it. I will check it once. No, the properties demo. Okay. We'll go to the test cases. I will copy some other test case, guys. Login is there. I'll copy some other test case. So whatever the test case, maybe some properties have been changed. Again, we need to do it. So it's a basic test case, so I don't want to do again. So login, I'm going to copy this login. I will try it once, or I will try to execute this login, guys. Just a moment. So we'll check it, guys. Maybe if it is a problem with the display settings, we are going to change the display settings. Just wait. Okay. Test case are not getting executed. So just I will change the display settings once, guys. I will try to execute now. The same login. Previous it's got failed. Guys, it's a problem with the display settings. So what I can do it means, now I am going to scan everything, guys. Once again, I am going to scan it. Just I am going to scan it separately, guys. So there's a problem with the display settings. For this one, it is not able to find out the demo.star like. Wait. So problem is this login. Login we have given 30 seconds for waiting also here. I'll give only 5 seconds. Okay, wait before 10 seconds. Okay, I'm changing these things, guys. Wait before and wait after, all these things. Okay, so now I'm going to keep that. I have changed some configuration settings, guys. So I'm going to scan this now again. So I have changed the configuration settings. I need to scan it again, guys. So just I'm going to create one folder. Login one. I'm going to use this one, guys. I'm going to scan it now. Right click, scan the application. Just I'm adding the extension, guys. I don't know what happened suddenly to my system. Okay. So just I'm going to select it now. A required login. Just a moment, guys. I need to change the settings. No, I don't want to save anything. So I need to keep the recommended settings only. Here just I'm changing the settings, guys. Display settings. Now it will work. I'm going to select this. No, the page is not loading properly. See here, if I'm going to keep here, where is showing the email, the form. Need to refresh the page. Page does not load it properly, guys. Just a moment. So don't want anything. Just have refreshed it, guys. The page is not loading properly. Also, we cannot able to scan it properly. Now we'll see how it will. So we need to select the elements separately. If the page is not loaded properly, now we cannot able to select. See here, the same issue we are getting this. We are getting an issue with the page. See, if I'm going to keep here, I'm going to keep it here, but it's loading, it's not loading properly. See here, I'm going to keep the here. It is showing password somewhere else. Okay. So what I can do, it means I'm going to close the Chrome browser. I'm going to use the Firefox browser. So there is a problem with the application loading, guys. You can see here. I'm going to keep it here. It is showing something. If I'm going to keep it in the password, it's showing something. So there's a problem with the browser. There's a problem with the browser. We can use the other browser also. We can use the other browser also. Okay. So what I can do, it means I'm going to open the same thing. I'm going to open the same thing in the Firefox browser. I will try it once. This is the problem with the web pages. Firefox. I'm going to open it. Here. So I will try to scan these pages. I'm closing the Chrome browser. I'm trying to scan the Firefox browser, please.
Sir, I
Yeah.
think it is in
Sorry.
Zoom settings here in the web page.
Web page, yeah. Zoom settings you are saying. I'll
Yes,
check it. That you have
guys.
to one. Because
Yes,
what
actually,
happened now, I did not change anything. Suddenly it has been changed. Just I'm checking Chrome, right? I'll check it once. If there is any Zoom settings also. Zoom should be normally it will be 100%. Just I'm checking once, please. So 100 only it is there. Now it will work. Now it will work. See here, we'll try it both ways. If it is not, first again I'm going to try it Chrome. If it is not working, then I will go with the Firefox. Just I will try it once. I'll try to execute once, guys. Maybe I'll check it once. This browser will work, I think so. No. I'm trying to execute once. No, it's going to login. See here, it's not going to click on login. There is some issue with the web page. Okay, do one thing, guys. What I can do it now, I'll try to like fix the issue. Okay, maybe if possible today evening I'll take the class for this case. Okay, why means unnecessarily we are wasting the time because it is not getting fixed now. Okay, there is a problem with the web page. I'll check it once. Okay, maybe today evening I'll take the session. I will update you guys on this. Okay, but after 7 it will be. If possible, I'm going to take it or I'll take it tomorrow. There's a problem with the web page. Getting guess what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Take the, yeah, I will rectify the issue. I'll like maybe like I'll message you in the group. Yes. Thank you, guys. Thank you.